Alrighty, welcome back. We're at Chris Hines' place. He's the Volvo guy, and I've known him most of my life. And
unfortunately,
so we don't be like that now. So we got the Volvo here, and we got to complete it. We're going to drive back on the trailer, but we want Chris is going to take us, show us the underneath of it, what it looks like. We haven't seen the underneath it yet. Also, what I did want to look at, where I replaced the sills and made that extra piece go on. I just wanted to see how if it opened up the door gap. And it did like an 16th, maybe, I'm not sure, a little tiny bit, but everything seems to be good. The roof is not connected on right at the very moment, but it is sitting on there, and it did open it didn't, pretty good, eh? Like I didn't know what was going to happen when you put it up on the...
I didn't even look, but we can put it down on the ground so you can look at it again.
Okay, but it's good. Yep. Like, I mean, it's on the sills, everything's good. Awesome.
The door is still open fine when I put it up.
Even better. You know, I didn't know when I cut the roof off if that was gonna... Yeah. Jolene's white wall's flat. I've got some work to do to myself underneath it yet still, obviously.
So the brake kit came with wheel cylinders, the brake hoses, the master cylinder, all in one kit.
Yeah.
So that's how I done that. So it got new master cylinder and all wheel cylinders.
Break?
No, that was broke. So you can make those straps just out of some.
So is that just hanging on that? It must be.
Yeah, probably. Well, the shock would hold it up.
I suppose that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You put new brake lines on, I see.
Yep.
That was a...
Those ones had to be changed. This one had to be changed going to the front.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Hines?
The one on the left side. That one was still fine.
And you put a new master cylinder on it?
Yep. That came in the whole kit.
Oh, wow. You had to put a bunch of brake lines on it.
Yeah. It was cheaper to buy it as a kit than it was individually.
Okay.
Shoes were separate. I had to buy new shoes for the front. Rears were already replaced at some point.
And you put wheel cylinders in the back, I see, obviously. Yep. Flex line?
Yep.
Universal joint?
Yep.
Seal in the rear end?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you do something with the fuel pump tube or something?
Cleaned it up.
Yeah. She rocks
Put it back together. Works fine.
Awesome.
Clean the carburetors.
I'm just looking at some of the handiwork, see what it looks like. Looks okay. Could be cleaned up a little bit more, obviously. Tell me something. If I go to take the engine of this bad boy, show me which... 4 bolts right here, is it not? 4 bolts right here?
If you want to drop drop the whole frame, the easiest way is just those 4 bolts on each side.
Yeah.
They'll just drop that whole front end. You'll only have to unhook this one brake line going to the rear.
Okay, so do I drop this back here?
Yep. Drop that if you want to take a tranny with it. Unhook the drive shaft here.
Okay.
They're not bad to take tranny out.
So it's 4 bolts there, 4 bolts there.
Hook this one brake line, just the one going to the rear, because the rest, if you just unbolt the master,
it'll come right
you
down
can
with
take the rest of it with that front end without having to open everything else up.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'll be back about that or not.
The manifold does have a crack in it here, so while you get the part, you might want to do something with it. You might be able to see it better up top.
Okay, right on. I'm not sure where we're going with it. I know Colton has done a bunch of work on the hood. He's got 2 days on the hood, on the underneath the hood, just cleaning the rock guard underneath of it. It's like terrible, but I'm not sure where we're going to go with it. I'm not sure if we're going to go clean, super clean underneath, tear the engine out, and do paint all that stuff or not. I'm not sure.
So you're going to run new fuel lines and stuff, right?
Well, after I tore it all apart, I probably would, yep. Well, so did you have it out driving it all, or?
No, I just spun it on the hoist.
Okay.
I didn't want to get it out there in the dirt and mud. You're going to get enough of it picking it up today.
Awesome. And it's just sitting on those sills nice and pretty, like not hurting those at all. That went well. Happy with that. Cool. All right, let's do it. Put her down.
Those airbags worked out well.
Yeah, pretty simple, eh?
Yeah. They just Firestone?
Yep, just from the truck place over there. Yeah, I'm real happy with those. Got some body work for you, Colton.
What's
I'm looking at it, he says.
Good way to learn.
New flex lines up front.
They were pretty rusty, so it was good that I seen the kit there. It was like $200 less
Grab
than
it.
to buy them separate. So
Yep.
that's where I went.
Sounds good to me.
Right here, you'll see that crack I was talking about. Let's see it right here.
Yep. I do so.
And these are where I was talking about where we couldn't get the new seals.
Yes. And they'll leak a little bit?
Yeah. Now I'll keep looking if something comes up. I can just drop down and slap them
New
in
plugs,
there.
new cap, new wires. Yay. Right on.
That's your fuel tank for now.
Perfect. I got the fuel tank off.
I guess we better hook that up, didn't we? I didn't want to catch fire or anything here. So.
Nobody does. Oh, that's got it quick.
That hasn't been running today yet. That's without choke.
Wow. I just wondered if that took off quick. Awesome.
I balanced both carbs, so it should work great there.
So it just turn the key, no choke, no nothing?
I didn't use choke. You might have to if it was outdoors, but
Okay.
you know, there's no heat out in this end of the building unless I'm working out here. So
I gotta make sure that's strapped on. Yeah, that's still strapped on, that's good.
What about the
I
front?
took it from the barn to the house, and I forgot that the roof comes off. When I got to the house, the roof was on it sideways. So I did a little MacGyver, and I put a strap on it, put some tape on it, and got all that stuff geared up. All right.
handbrake works, so the brake's all good.
Right on.
Yeah, oil's been changed in the motor. Had trouble getting an oil filter for it.
Okay.
It's just a cartridge style on this.
Yeah. Where's that at?
Right
Right
under
there,
this
right
big
there?
canister.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only clean spot on the motor.
Is it charging?
I never checked to see if it was charging.
Okay.
We can check that right now if you like.
Okay.
I'll
get it your way or stand still. That's awesome. Now we get to get it back and get it cleaned up again and go for it again. Do some body work to it.
Guess I overlooked that.
It would be charging before we. Yeah. That's not bad.
I haven't charged that
Still-
battery at all. And
Still exactly where it's at. Perfect. That was one of the concerns I had, or one of the thoughts I had. Did the door gaps change? It didn't change a bit. Awesome. The whole thing sounds pretty good, don't it? Should have the exhaust back. We cut the exhaust off to put the airbags in the back, is what we did.
A lot of times the brushes will stick in those generators. I'm surprised that it's.
We've got stuff in it, have we?
Yeah.
Yep. Look at that. Now would you? She's full. What do you think, Colton? You want to drive it? Yeah. Yeah, he says. We'll let it down the rest of the way, and then we'll. Might have to pump up the tires. Maybe you got an air hose right close by. Might have to pump up the rear end too, obviously. This airbag's down. It looks like it's leaking, or. You like the bumpers? I didn't know if I was going to keep the bumpers or not. Now, when you take it out, go slow because of the muck and stuff. Just kind of roll it. How you doing, Mr. Hines? How are you? Good. Just Ken?
I did put a little bit of air in them airbags, but I didn't know what you were running in them.
Just as long as it comes up, that's all I need.
Yes. Well, you got 34 pounds in it.
Oh, you're going to be particular. It is cool. It's real cool. Busy right now, Chris?
It's steady.
Steady?
We're just trying to get all the backlog that's been sitting in the yard since
Did you get
fall.
that timing chain thing done?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was 37 hours.
How many were you supposed to have in it? 40?
They were saying 40, so we done well. For the first one we ever done.
You did well. You did.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll blow it up.
You blow the airbags up, it's not my fault.
I think that's fair enough, isn't it?
You just need not to hit the trailer, didn't you?
That's fair enough, isn't it?
I didn't put your hubcaps back on
That's
because I
fine.
didn't want to be responsible for denting them or...
No, they're not that style of hubcap anyway. They're kind of just, what can I say? They're just users. What's that, my son? It's got brakes on the pedal.
It's got the handbrake. That'd be so cool. An old car like this little tiny thing.
You know what he's thinking about.
Yeah.
We know what you're thinking about. That's cool. I'm doing body work right now. Awesome.
You
pay-
driving, Colton?
Can you drive the coffee? Damn thing.
We talked about this before I poured it.
I know. I said, how you gonna be doing that stuff? Drink the coffee. Go slow, please. No, just I don't want mud up inside of it. All this stuff. We're driving out to the trailer, please and thank you. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Are you interested in working on Jolene's Bugatti?
Yeah, we just need a little bit of time here to get stuff straightened
Sounds
around.
good to me.
I got to get these couple vehicles out here. It's been sitting here since fall,
Yeah.
so...
That's cool to hear it run.
What's that?
I said it's nice to hear it run.
Oh,
It's awesome. Don't need that. I don't think I do. Hold on. She's a narrow little bugger. Just a second. A little bit. Shut her off.
I had a second. I was just gonna go for it.
Was you? What was you gonna do?
Where we gonna go?
Where was you gonna go?
Probably Tim's.
you can put the handbrake on there, it works. Yeah.
Hear that, Chris? He was going to Tim's.
No, you're good. Apparently this coffee wasn't good enough for him.
Yeah, how many coffees do you need?
No?
I repacked all the wheel bearings and their brakes were apart.
Awesome,
there also.
awesome, awesome. Awesome. Now, I don't know where I want to hook that to.
I'm gonna go down that brake.
No, no,
Under the brake line.
no. Go up on top of this, please.
Portion bar?
Yeah, that's just. Yep, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yep, I'm going to go on top of that. I'm not going to go down by the brake lines and stuff. I don't want to. I don't want to cause any damage.
He doesn't want to bring it back, Colton.
No. I do not. That should hold it on there. Not going fast. Or not planning on it anyways. We had to unhook a car before we got here. We had another car on the trailer, so that was took us some time. Not building any old cars right now, Chris?
Nope.
Staying out of it?
I think I'm done with that.
Are you done with that foolishness?
My knees and back aren't like they used to be. Take that over to the other one, Colton. That way the car won't go sideways on the trailer. So they're crossed.
Yep. I guess. I don't know if they'll cross or not. We might have to just leave them the way they are. Just no, go the other one there and
Should be
I'll pull
okay,
mine
shouldn't
over because it'll pull right over it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, where you're hooked there.
Yeah. Here, hook me. It's gonna pull over. Can you slide that over for me a little bit? It's gonna pull over anyways. Yeah, going to pull over anyways. You've got it in gear, do you?
No. Yeah, he brake's on.
E-brake, okay. That's good enough for that.
Yeah, it's in gear.
I'm not going crazy with it.
I'll take one. This one.
It's just as long as it's snug, I'm not going crazy with it. I'm not going fast.
Not gonna go right at this one's back.
Well, we might, like Colton's doing the hood right at the present moment, and I'm doing the bodywork on the 60, but we might get back on it. I'm not sure when, but pretty quick we are. Like I want the paint company there from California, I want to get this done so they can come up and paint it. To be honest with you, if I can, I think it would be a good idea for me to do that. Good idea for both of us. I think. Just one more, that'd be fine. I'm thinking. I don't think it has to go that far, to be honest with you. The whole thing sounds good, eh?
They're a pretty tough motor anyway. The only thing I actually ever seen go wrong with them sometimes the timing gears went them years ago, but
You've done a couple of these over your time, haven't you?
they were actually B18. This first time I actually worked on a B16.
That's
This is
the
before
smaller
my
one?
yeah. This is before my time.
Okay.
The B18.
59.
The same engine, just smaller.
Yeah. Watch your coffee now.
Do you want to take that jug of gas out of there before you go down the road, or are you going to just go
fine.
slow?
I'm just going to go slow. I'm going to go slow. I'll go slow. Yeah. You got that, do you? That one's good and tight. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Did a good job. Start like that and drive like that. And the sill worked out on it. Because that didn't do anything to the door gap.
I don't think it moved.
No, excellent. I was worried about that. Thought about asking you. I thought you would tell me if it did.
Well, no, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. Awesome.
It's still open and closed and latched when it was on the hoist.
There you go. That's what it needed. Sound cool?
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll do it
See
again.
ya.
Alrighty, we're back from picking the Volvo up, and the thing sounds amazing. I'm happy the way it starts. Chris just reached in the door and started it up. We took the Volvo to Chris Hines. He's a friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for as long as I can remember. He's actually started that company. Volvo was probably when he was a teenager or mid-20s. Like, he wasn't very old before he started doing that. And he's been doing it successful, probably 30 years now, probably. But he got everything figured out on it. I was really happy with it, the way it started, the way it ran. So we come back in, and I got Colton right on the hood of this car. He's got the underneath done. Let's flip it up and show him what you get done. What he has done is we fiberglassed it first, and then he put a coat of filler on top of it, and he's hand sanded it. That's all he did. Roy, you used the DA a little bit, did you not? Yeah. A little bit. So basically, he just made the underneath look good. Kept saying, it's not straight here, it's not straight here. Well, to be honest with you, as much as you're going to open up a hood and get your head underneath the hood to see if the underneath is straight, you know, it is what it is, like, basically. And I'm thinking a lot of the primer will help. As long as everything is buffed off so it's feathered off nice, it feels really good. You would never see anything in it because it's on the underneath of it, and it was in decent shape when he started, so it feels pretty good. And if it needs something after we prime it and guide coat and sand it off, then we'll fix it. But basically, we're at where we need to be at on this side. Now it's this side. This hood's been sitting around for a while, and you can see, if you want to come take a look, it's got a little brown tinge to it a little bit. I would say rust is forming, a brown tinge to it. I knocked the tops of these weld marks off. If you can remember right, this hood was oil canned, and now it's not. Like, it's really good. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to get Colton to do is take out the little black marks around all the little weld marks that we get on it. We'll clean it up again, and we're going to lather it in some fiberglass. So Colton's going to do that, take the black marks off. I'm going to show you what's going on over here. Over here, we've got the body work done, well, basically done on the 60, got the top done, got the across the roof done, got around the window going on there. And all we're doing is replacing what I took off. That's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to do anything more or nothing less. But basically, we got this all filled in. Didn't go in there and make that all smooth in there because I don't feel like it has to be smooth for the window, but I smoothed it off in 80 grit. I love this new filler that we're using. It's beautiful. Drawn across there, we got that basically skimmed out, and we got the top of this skimmed out. I basically have this much left to do. Right around there, and that little bit right there. Front of the window, basically that's stainless going over top of that. Rubber for the window. We're going to prime it, not today, another day, and we're going to show you how we're going to do it. And that's what we're going to do. Go ahead, Colton, get that hood. of sandpaper to that piece of 80 grit, please and thank you.
Yep.
You just knock it off. You can see that we got some fiberglass here, and it is not like it's pretty hard to mix that up. And you know what we're going to do with that? We're going to mix a little resin with that, and we're going to put it on top of the hood, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, it was nice. What do you think of the Volvo, Colton?
Oh, that car's sick. That car's cool. Like, if you got a dream car, like put that in your selections. I'm telling you.
A dream car?
Well, just one particular one. Like, let's face it. Like, it's not really realistic to have 1,000.
Why'd you like it so much?
It's just smaller. It's cool. Like, I don't know. It fits me.
It fits me.
Standard.
I can't remember.
I like the fact that you can stand beside it and like see over it. It's cool.
And you can see out the window good?
Yes, I can drive it cool. Yeah, the seating's good. Like for a chopped window being this big, like I could see. You know?
Awesome. Makes me feel like we're going in the right place with that one.
Oh man, it's cool.
So Jolene pointed the camera, I think you pointed the camera on the shirt, did you not? On the Ace of Shades, and they are going to be the ones coming to paint that car. And that's the plan anyways. I mean, sometimes the plan does not come true, but we're going to go for it. We're going to say we're going to go for it. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to get the old Pontiac assembled and get the windows back in it and get the roof shop done. Basically, we got that pretty well done now. The bodywork still has to have a little bit done to it. But we're going to be heading back on the Volvo here in a bit. We're going to be doing some more body work. I'm hoping that you'll stay with us. I just mixed resin from Fiberglass matte. That's what I mixed, the resin with the Fiberglass, trying to get some resin back in there, or get the Fiberglass applicable. We're going to use it on the hood of the Volvo. The hood of that Volvo was trashed. A lot of people would have went and got another hood, but here in Nova Scotia, that's not an easy thing to do. Just go get another panel for something. It just doesn't fly that way. Generally, you have to do with what you have. So that's what I do. Or you got to stop and wait. And I'm not into stopping and waiting, as you can tell. And that's sometimes why we move on from certain cars, because sometimes you have to wait for stuff. And that's called reality. Let's put a muscle too. When you're mixing that stuff up, whoa. The Colton is scratching it with an 80 grit, trying to take off that light brown tinge look, which I think is enough. The underneath side is, get that coming back around again. You couldn't do it with that with before. You could not do that, so.
That Volvo should be a race car.
A race car?
Light. Like this hood weighs nothing. It's crazy. I don't know a race car, but
I think he's in love.
Fast car, how's that? Very nice.
How about we paint it and get it finished?
That's one. yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna mix.
Dad, I hit metal.
What's that?
I hit metal.
Did you? And that's one thing you got to learn doing body work. Once you hit the metal, that's the farthest that you're going to go, or the farthest you should go. Can't go down through the metal to make it right. Going to put a little bit more in it because we're on top of the hood, and I want this fiberglass to lay out nice. I don't want it to have to grind a bunch of it off. I'd like to use it all if I could, if I get it on there right. We're just going to skim coat it. I know it looks like a lot, but the size of the hood, I mean, you'd only get it, that thick on the whole hood with that much filler, no doubt in my mind. What you learned this morning, Colton?
What did I learn this morning? Good question. What did I learn this morning?
What was your only boot? What was you always think about mistakes?
That's right.
When you learn something. So what was your mistake this morning?
My mistake this morning, well, what did I do this morning? Actually, right here on these sides, when I was filling that out, I didn't put enough fill to go all the way to feather it out without hitting the boo-boo.
And you mixed too much filler.
And I mixed way too much filler for such a small spot.
So basically, you want to look at your spot and measure it out what you're doing before you start.
Because it does cost money.
Yeah, I guess so. So we're just going to do this. Got that pretty well laid out there. I'll get Colton to mix it up, no doubt in my mind. I'm going to do this. I've got it scratched up on the parts where we hit it with the welder. I've welded it on this side. Colton ground them all down. And it come through on this side, just make a little bubble because it penetrated. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a few more scratches like this up through the middle of this hood. And then we'll cover it with the fiberglass. So Colton, if you want to
Mix that.
If you want to mix that.
Are you ready for hardener or just wait?
I am ready for hardener. This is your hardener.
You got quite the pile there.
I do. So you're going to want, let's see how much you put on for hardener. And there's your thing. Keep it all on this side if you will. Lots. Holy, lots. Oh, you did a good job. Do you want me to start this grinder or just leave it off for a minute? I gotta plug it in first. Something about that. Just going over it lightly. I know it shows the sparks on, but we want some scratches in that. Put that on. You want to put that on?
I can.
That's not a very good. Start with that one. Lay it on. Half on this side and half on that side.
One side at a time, you then?
Give me half, put it in the middle.
I want half.
Give me half. Put it on and play with it. Put it where you want it. You might have to make some more. Just want to coat it. Okay, put it nice and smooth. You'll never be able to do that if you do not fiberglass resin that. Let me take over. See your stuff.
You're smooth?
You just clean that off.
Yeah, I don't mix piles that big.
That's good enough. You did a good job. You did a fantastic job.
One thing I learned this morning too is
What's
the trick
that?
to body fill is to get it where you need it.
Heard a little done there.
Hey?
Yeah, that's a trick.
Hardest part, get it where you need it.
And with the fiberglass resin, I find that it's nice to be able to play with it a little bit longer. So we're actually fixing a hood that basically probably a lot of people wouldn't have fixed. A lot of people say they might have fixed it, but I'm begging to differ. I've seen a lot of hoods chucked in because it was old can. And come from the other way, pull the other way, because I pull it all down that way. Now I'm going to pull it back. Not as much pressure though. A little less pressure. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks really good. I didn't even breathe on that stroke. Good. Good. Excellent. Just enough. And basically we just got a skim on each side of that. And that's as far as we got with it. Just a skim coat. We'll put a coat of filler. We're not even going to sand that. Maybe we will. Maybe. If it's high somewhere. This is what I was planning on doing. Getting Colton to rub his hand over top of it. And then he'll know where it's high and where it's low. Maybe we'll take a little bit off where it's high to where it hits metal. If it's where it's high, we'll take a little bit off with a 40 grit DA, the 8-inch sucker. And that's how he'll do this hood, with the 8-inch DA with the big one. He'll do it with this. And then he'll hold it flat the whole length. Hold it flat like this. He'll crisscross it like that. Back this way, back that way. Do the same on the other side. He might even use a guide coat if he wants to, if he wants to. But we'll take a little bit off the high places, and then we'll cover the whole thing in filler, and then we'll start sanding on the filler. It's sometimes not good when you go through the filler and you hit the fiberglass, because the fiberglass doesn't sand as easy as the filler does, and you felt the difference. Yeah, like sometimes
when you get to the fiberglass, you're going to dig a hole in your filler because you can't.
Right, because the fiberglass won't sand. But what we want to do is we want to use that right there for a guide coat of. Well, we want that to stay on the hood there for where it's been manipulated and welded and all that sort of stuff. Let's face it. That's the place we're going to start with it. Colton's going to start the hood. He's going to do that. I'm going to end up doing some priming on this, and we'll do a video on how I'm going to prime that. I was wishing the window rubber would be in, but it's not. We're not primed anyways, but it's not in. And then we'll go from there. There's some more places around the hood that have to be buffed off. Like, the hood's quite a bit of work, let's face it. Inside and out, there's a couple days scraping on the inside, getting the rock art off it. But to knock that off, had to knock it off on the inside. You can see where he's got the filler there. Point it out, Colton. You can see where the filler is.
And when I was talking about this here, see, like, she went over a bit further on each side because I hit the weld right here. So you leave yourself room to feather out.
Get some primer on it, then we're fine. So we had to fill both sides, but that's a good start right there, and that's how you make fiberglass come back alive. Put some resin in it, put some extra hardener in it, and let it rock and roll. It looks really, really good right at the present moment. Yeah, I want to thank Chris one more time for doing an awesome job on the Volvo. I took it to him because he specializes in Volvo. We got a new master cylinder, all new brake lines, new flex lines, new brakes up front, all wheel cylinders in the back. I'm not sure if we got wheel cylinders in the front too, I'm not sure. He got it running. He, what did he say he did with the carburetors?
Leveled them out. Leveled
them out, yeah, so he balanced the carburetors on it. We got a leak in the manifold. Crack in the manifold we got to fix. The brakes pedal seemed really good.
Oh yeah, clutch was good.
Clutch was good, yeah. Pedal was good. Mm-hmm. Got a new universal joint put in it. Got a new rear main seal put in it.
I want to see it start, and it doesn't even chuckle, just bang.
And it starts good, and that's where we need to be to go forward on that. And the price was right, so I'm really happy with that. And he had it in his garage doing it, which I'm really happy with. Also, I'm happy with when he jacked it up on the hoist. This didn't do anything, where we've cut the roof off it. You think that would go back and forth, but the sills that we put on it worked, and that's a good thing. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. The Volvo has been started.
It's gonna be a cool car.
Ace of Shades, we're working, and we're gonna get you here, and hopefully we'll get that car painted, and everybody can watch it and go from there. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna do 60. I'm gonna get 60. Ready?
Yeah. I'm out of there. Let's go. It's embarrassing. You started the hump towards the end.
Well, your push-ups look nicer than mine. You put your arms down underneath your chest, you would get more probably. But anyways. Look at that.
Want that again?
Boom! Holy shit, eh?
Hey.
Let me see.
Watch there, see how? It's a lifeline right there. Then I bring it back to life.
I haven't got that. Mine's small compared to yours.